Let me guess, your business isn't thriving like you want it to. You aren't seeing noticeable results in the gym. And worst of all, your mindset is not in the right place to improve. Well, you've come to the right place. I'm gonna show you the 4 mental models that millionaires use that separates them from the amateurs who consistently struggle to see sufficient growth. I use these models to grow my personal brand from 0 to over 400,000 followers in about a year. And now, I'm gonna teach you. All right, and the first mental model is priority focus. If you simplify your focus to literally just one thing, that thing will thrive. A good example of this is just picking one business model and sticking with that for years, molding your entire life around seeing results with that business. However, a lot of people struggle with this because they get something called shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome is when someone focuses all their attention on something new and current at the expense of whatever they have or are currently doing. And this is honestly just a major problem for a lot of beginner entrepreneurs. They start one business and they see someone else succeeding in another business, so they quit what they're doing and go try the other person's thing. So why does this happen? Well, that's because every business turns out to be a lot more boring than you expect. When you start a business, you get a ton of dopamine. You get super excited about it and you're excited to start seeing results. You're excited to get to that 10K a month or multi-million-dollar company. But over time, that dopamine decreases. As reality hits you, you realize that it's not that great and it's honestly a lot more work than you expected. A lot more things go wrong than you wanted. And that's where most people quit, at the bottom of the dopamine level where you feel like nothing is going as planned. But what little do know is that if you stick through that sticking point there where everything feels like it's falling apart, you will eventually get to the point of success. But going back to the dipping point, that's where a lot of people switch business models. You aren't gonna get clients for your high ticket program if you are also trying to get drop shipping customers. In fact, both companies will suffer. The high ticket program will start to get boring once you realize that actually landing clients and then going on to close them on the call is harder than you expected. They realize it's a lot harder than they thought because they got all excited about it and then they quit to go try something else. Just because someone else is succeeding in a different business model doesn't mean it's better. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Simplify your life and stick to one goal. The second mental model is repetition of action. So the ideal goal for entrepreneurs is to drive results for their company. We do this by repeating actions that result in an increase in the metric you use to determine success in your business. So whether it be sales calls booked, calls closed, views on your videos, customers purchasing your clothing, whatever business model you run, whatever the goal is of the business, you want to optimize everything for that one goal. There's this quote from Charlie Morgan that goes, "Success is about finding actions that drive results and then repeating them for 5 years until you become a millionaire." So let me show you exactly how to do this. All right, so here's my calendar here, and this is how I plan my days so I can ensure that every single day is repeating the action that's gonna drive results to my company. So you can see here, I wake up and morning time is for YouTube planning. So this is where I spend all my time creating packaging, titles, thumbnails, ideas, everything. So I repeat that every single morning. You can see my morning routine's the same. Shower, work for an hour and a half, meditate, breakfast. Then after that, it's just whatever happens with the day, but school throws it off a little bit, so I have to make sure that I can do everything before school. But I made it work. Yeah, then sales calls. That's how my company thrives the most, is getting more clients, of course. Like that's how any company works. So if I get more clients, the company thrives more because then I can help more people out, and in return, they can help other people out, and we just build this big community of clients. So that's the main goal. Yeah, then I have just a few tasks in here and there. So like Brand Accelerator, I have a meeting with everyone here, all the clients, we all hop in a call. You can see I go to the gym, like not every day, but on most days at the end of the day to just wrap the day up. So why do I have this white space? The white space, the empty space, is just for things that are overdue. So if I don't finish planning the YouTube intro on Sunday, then on Saturday, I will plan that during a white space time where I have extra time. Also, things just come up. I have homework, I have stuff that needs to get done, so then I have the white space so I can do that. If there's nothing that needs to get done soon that needs to go in the white space, I will edit a short form video. So I'd write like edit short form. In short form is how I get the majority of my views. As you've seen on my Instagram account, I can get consistent million view videos, which helped me to grow my Instagram from 0 to over 200,000 followers in just a couple months. So quick little plug here. If you're a business owner who wants to grow a personal brand, top link in the description, I'll teach you how, but back to the video. So yeah, I'd edit a short form video in these blank spaces here. I could also work on the program. In the program that I send all my clients into, we have course modules, we have lessons, and if I have extra time, this is where I spend my time adding to the program. But you can see all these things I have, like going back to the repetition of action, They're repetitive. Every week, it's the same. I have them like recurring on Google Calendar. You can set that up. So then every single week, I can ensure that I'm doing the things that drive results and I'm not having to make decisions that day for what drives results because I already have a plan. So the more you can plan, the more you can repeat, the better. As long as every single task you do that is repeated is driving results for your company. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be easy, but it is effective. So that is why we repeat the actions that drive results every single day. All right, and the third mental model, long-term thinking. So what is long-term thinking? It's suffering today to benefit tomorrow. And then the inverse of it is short-term thinking, which is enjoying a better today at the cost of tomorrow. And you can decide on either one with every single decision in your life throughout your day. However, the more often you choose long-term thinking, the better your life gets. And I'm gonna explain exactly how with something called the marshmallow experiment. A group of children were presented with two options. They could have one marshmallow now or wait 15 minutes and get a second marshmallow later. This goes back to the long-term, short-term thinking. They can think short-term and eat the marshmallow right now, or they can think long-term and wait 15 minutes to get even more. And as you expected, the majority of these children chose the one marshmallow now. They were short-term thinkers. The children were tracked throughout their lives and measured based off of metrics of success. These metrics were contentment with their lives, family, income, health, and so on. And the funny thing is, the few children who waited the extra 15 minutes to get 2 marshmallows, the long-term thinkers, they had a significant increase in every single one of these metrics, meaning the long-term thinkers were more successful. And all the short-term thinkers had a much lower scale on all these metrics. And the reason for this is because they seeked instant gratification. There's this thing, the instant gratification loop. It goes action, instant hit of dopamine, positive feedback, desire to repeat. So you take an action, you get a good result from it that feels good, you get dopamine, which is just a happy chemical that makes you feel happy and like you actually did something, and then you get a desire to do it again, and that keeps happening. So the children had a desire to eat the marshmallow because they've had one before, they know it tastes good, so they wanted it right then and there. They wanted it right away. And once you get it once, you're addicted. Most people are addicted to instant gratification. They're addicted to scrolling on TikTok and getting instant hits of dopamine. It's addicting. Another example of this for you higher performing people, which is the majority of you guys watching this video, instant gratification is seeking instant business results. It's the same thing as wanting to scroll on TikTok. If you want instant business results, you don't understand the concept of progress. You're trying to get things quick and easy, when in reality, most things that come quick are bad, while most things that take time are good. It's just like getting a single marshmallow now or 2 later. And the fourth mental model that's gonna help you maximize progress in your life is second order consequences. When you make a single decision, the outcome of that decision does not stop right there. It trickles down in a domino effect for a long time. So here's a very extreme example, but you're gonna get the point. So the first action taken is buying a TV. So first you'd think, oh, that's not that bad. All the guy did was buy a TV, right? But this guy's a business owner. So he buys the TV and he wastes a lot of his time watching TV. That's the second order consequence. You waste time. After you buy the TV and you waste time, the business owner's business suffers. The business suffers so he can pay his employees less. And then he has to lay off some employees. Those employees now suffer because it's difficult for them to support their family. So like I said, that's very extreme of an example, but you can see how buying a TV can result to someone else's loss. Every single decision you make throughout the day matters a lot more than you think. Not showing up on time, opening TikTok for 30 minutes, and even just hitting the snooze button. So stop living aimlessly and go make something of yourself. Those who succeeded just made more positive long-term thinking decisions than everyone else. As you heard at the beginning of this video, I grew my personal brand to over 400,000 followers in just about a year. I even did it on YouTube. One of the first videos I posted on a fresh YouTube channel got over 200,000 views. So if you're a business owner who's serious about growing a personal brand, you can book a call with the top link in the description. The calendar books out really fast though, so I don't really care if you do. I'll see you in the next video.